This is In Demand Uncut with Jim Gellertley at the cutting edge of new music.
It's In Demand Uncut live from Tea in the Park. That was Editors, A Ton of Love. With another of the stars of Tea in the Park 2013 now, Scott from Frightened Rabbit.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm really well, yeah.
One of the stars of Tea in the Park.
That's the first time anyone described me as that. Thanks. God bless you, Jim.
How many times have you done the festival now?
This is actually only our third time, which for
Really?
a Scottish band that's going as long as us, it's not that many. So, aye, but as a punter, it's a few more. You know, I think I've probably been out 6 or 7 times at this point. But yeah, always happy to be back, especially when it's glorious sunshine.
There's a few people moaned about the sort of poppy aspect of the festival this year, but I personally think that's quite important because, well, I'm in my 40s and I've been to every single Tea in the Park, and you know what, it might not actually be for me now.
Sure.
It should be for the kids,
you know,
and if the kids are into Calvin Harris standing on stage playing tunes, Little Mix, and
who are we to argue? Well, I think to be honest that just to focus on that overlooks a lot of the great, you know, even unsigned bands and new bands from Scotland that are playing. I think maybe eclecticism is a better word, you know, than sort of favouritism. And yeah, absolutely. You have to. I think a festival should provide something for everyone, and that's what Tea seems to do now.
And there has always been pop acts and bands that have been top of the game come Tea in the Park. I mean, Kylie Minogue played very early on.
Yeah, I don't really see it as a problem, and I think this festivals should be designed for people to have a good time, and whatever, you know, mould or shape that comes in is really almost irrelevant.
I think it's all pop music anyway.
Aye, we're pop.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are. Yeah. How have things been going for Frightened Rabbit since signing to a major record company and everything almost like going up a gear? Does it feel different with this sort of new success that you're now enjoying?
I think it does feel a wee bit different. I think the funny thing is, it's only now that we've started the festival season that we're seeing that difference. Before, when we toured, it was still sort of the old guard, and now we've noticed like a much wider audience is into Frightened Rabbit, you know, thanks to things like, you know, getting more extensive radio play and things like that. So yeah, no, it has changed a wee bit, but to be honest, I've always said that, you know, we want to reach as many people as we can, you know, not change the way we do things, you know, creatively, to achieve that. But, you know, all that signing to Atlantic has done is, you know, amplify what we already had, I think.
The second stage here at Tea in the Park is it's a pretty massive stage actually, and it's bigger than some of the main stages at other festivals I go to. Yeah.
All right. No, I was nervous enough as it was, Jim.
Oh,
thanks
sorry.
I mean, I think that's something that we feel like maybe we've been in training to do this for quite a long time, and it's actually less daunting than I expected it to be. I think we feel very ready to be, especially here in Scotland, you know, to be on a stage like that. And yeah, I think it's something that I've managed over the course of the last few years to become a bit more comfortable with.
See, a lot of people have said that playing it to a big audience is almost easier.
You know what?
Because it's like you're playing to almost like a single unit,
big thing,
rather than 5 faces in the crowd.
Well, yeah, I mean, the worst thing for me is when you can see eyeballs, you know, and there's people like 3 feet in front of you. That to me is terrifying. Yeah, you're right about, like, you kind of treat it like a one whole thing, to be kind of like, it's like a malleable thing that you can kind of control, which is a great feeling.
Well, Scott, have a brilliant Tea in the Park.
Thanks very much.
In Demand Uncut.